everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Smashbox Full Exposure Palette. This is the palette. I believe this retails for $49 at Sephora. Pretty much, I think it retails for $49 anywhere. If that's incorrect, then I'll correct that in the info box below. It comes with a little mini version of the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. It's always nice when you buy a big palette and you get like a little sample of something to go with it that you can use, which is pretty awesome. So this is the palette. It has a kind of large size mirror right here. It comes with a double-ended brush, which technically there are 3 brushes on this because this side is double-sided. Hopefully I can include like a little clip of the brush in here because I'm on manual focus right now instead of autofocus because autofocus pisses me off. These are the shades. There are 14 colors, 7 matte and 7 shimmery / glittery. Let me see if I can do a close-up for you guys. This is a close-up on the shades, as you can see. So technically the bottom side has all mattes, and then the top is all glittery shades. This one in the middle is more of a shimmery shade than a glitter. But essentially you've got a bunch of glittery, shimmery shades on the top. I am going to hopefully include some swatches. In general, the palette's kind of divided. You have these, in the middle, these cream shades, and then you have the more gray, smoky shades on this side, and then you've got the more brown, neutral shades on this side. So, my thoughts about this palette are slightly mixed. The glittery shades, which is what I mostly bought it for, were not exactly what I expected. They are very difficult to use, very difficult to work with. Pretty much you have to use them wet if you want them to work, and even then it's still a little difficult. It's kind of difficult to use a wet shadow in your crease, in my opinion. The matte shades, however, are extremely easy to use. They're very blendable, very pigmented. I do really enjoy using the matte shades. I don't have a lot of matte shades, so it's helpful to have these. Although I wish that the shimmery shades were better. This shimmery shade in the middle is a lot easier to use than the rest because it's not so much glittery, it's more shimmery, so it's a beautiful inner corner highlight. This is a great shade, but these 3 on either side are not really the easiest to work with. Usually what I will do is I will use one of these 2 on my lids, and I will use it wet, and then I'll just kind of go with the other 2 and apply them. However, and the glitter will get all over the place, but I just use it as just a regular deep shade to deepen my crease and stuff. I have been able to make this work with the wet shadows. Like I said, it's maybe not exactly how I'd like it to work, but I have gotten compliments every time that I have worn a look that I've made this with. So it is, you know, good for smoky eyes and stuff. It's just not the easiest palette to work with. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily worth the $49. It's kind of expensive for a palette with 14 shadows where 6 of them are kind of difficult to work with. So usually what I'll do is I'll use these 2 wet, and all I do is I'll just spray my brush with a spray bottle, and then I'll just dip it in here and put it all over my lid. And usually that works fine. It just obviously, if you're not looking for that kind of a metallic-y looking effect, then maybe then that might not work for, you know, the look that you're necessarily going for. So yep, so those are my thoughts on that. I feel like I'm forgetting a ton of stuff. Now I'll go ahead and talk about this mascara. I actually really love this mascara. I would like to buy the full size of it. The brush is ginormous. If you saw my favorites video, then you saw me talk about this mascara in it. I do really like this. It does such a great job of separating my lashes and lengthening them. I would say that the big high here for this mascara is separating. I usually use it as a base mascara for my thickening mascaras. So I don't use this by itself, but I do think it's a great asset to my mascara routine because, like I said, it does really separate those lashes, and then the thickening mascara can thicken the individual lashes, and it just makes your lashes look so much fuller. So this is definitely a great base mascara, and I love to use it on my bottom lashes as well. So this is definitely a high point of the palette. So Yeah, that's upside down. So that's kind of what I meant by like my mixed feelings. I do use it and I get compliments whenever I wear it, and I am able to create a pretty nice look with it, but I would not recommend if you have a gift card or something like that, you want to buy an eye palette, I would not recommend that you go with this one. I would say splurge, or not splurge because really it's not that much less expensive, but I would say get maybe the Naked palette or the Too Faced palette or even the Lorac Pro. One of those, because I just think that they're much easier to work with, and if you're going to spend the money, I would recommend that you spend it on something that's I think is really amazing, rather than something that you really have to make work. So if you're kind of a beginner, I'd recommend getting one of those palettes. If you have all those palettes and you're looking for a challenge or something else to use and play with, maybe this will be good for you, but I would definitely not recommend spending the $49. That being said, I could have returned this and I didn't, because I do like playing with it and the challenge of it, and as I said several times before, I do get compliments every time I wear it. So for somebody like me who does have a lot of makeup already, I'm not going to return this. I'm going to keep playing with it and keep trying to make it work. But again, for those of you who maybe are looking for a nice palette and don't have any of the other palettes I mentioned, I would go with one of those instead. For $49, I don't think that this should take as much work as it does to look good. So those are my thoughts on this palette. Let me know in the comments if you found this helpful. If any of you guys have this palette and you found some other ways to make it work, or you have different opinions, please let me know, because I am definitely always looking for ways to make this work and make it easier to use. If you would like to see a tutorial of maybe how I make this work, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys! And then focus. It'd be weird if I wasn't. I forgot what video I was doing. Now I left most of at school. Shit, okay, then I can't do that. What video can I do then? These are the shades. Pretty sure I did that last time I made a video too. This hair is gonna piss me off the whole time. What was I saying? And definitely I'm always looking to do different looks with this. Oops.